Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. It's Monday and that can only mean one thing. It is time to build the next consignment of the Star Trek, The Next Generation, build the U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701D, brought to you by FanHome. And if you've been keeping up with the emails recently, they're doing some discounts soon for the Black Friday thing. So you may be able to get your collection a little bit cheaper. Now in this I've got 3 stages. So you've got stage 3, and I will be breaking these down into parts. Then we'll do stage 4 next week, and then obviously stage 5 the next week after that. Then obviously it goes into the assembly and stuff. Now, just to point out, in this consignment we do get our first free gift, and that is our binder. As you know, I don't keep binders, and it's very lovely of FanHome to bring them out, but I'm not a lover of these pin ones. I just don't get on with them very well. So I am running a giveaway for that. If you want to get your chance on getting that, then comment on the video and I will get that out to you, obviously. Because I don't keep it. I'd rather give it to someone that needs it rather than just dispose of it, because I'm not a lover of these binders. It's such a shame that they're not ring binders, but it is what it is. And then yeah, I think that's due to end later this week. So we've also got that. We also got, I don't know if this came with the previous one or the next one, but we also got like this pull out thing. It's just going into like the details. I think we showed this way back in issue 1, but I can't remember. But as you can see, bits and pieces there. And oh, that's interesting. Right, that's very interesting. So I wonder if I can just quickly grab it. Just bear with me a minute. I'll see if I can grab it. Oh, where are you? Yeah, there we go. Aha. Now, this is quite interesting. As you can see, these are the selection of free gifts in here. Now, just to point out, this is, I think it's still, oh, it's actually FanHome branding. Yeah, look, wow. Because if we look at the magazine, yeah, wow. So they're slowly changing it over, because it normally says U.S.S down there, as you can see. Because obviously FanHome's took over it. But if you look here, we can see we've got the magazine binder, we get a screw box, a t-shirt, and that metal mug. Oh, that's a lovely poster, isn't it? Look at that. But this was the U.S.S version, and I still have it. So that was the U.S.S version. So whether it be, it's all got to be a bit different because it's black and grey, but this was, I still have it, because what I do in here is I keep spare parts. And I'm a diamond painter, so I use it for like putting jewels in and stuff. But we've got some spare parts here, like the buzzard and stuff. So it does come in handy, but it's not really a screw box that I use. Because I like, you know, like the little individual ones, you know. So, yeah, so that's that. Also, before we dive in, they also provided us another one of these. And when I got it, I was a bit confused, because this is not in this shipment, if you like, but there was a problem with one of the nacelles. I think they said that they will be replacing that part, and I think it's something to do with, if I remember correctly, it's either that part there or it's this part. One of them is back to front, so I think that's why they've provided another one for us. So we'll do like a changeover on that in a separate video. But these are the parts that we've got, so we can get our thing onto the map here now. So these are the parts that we've got, as you can see, very lovely piece indeed. And we've got this lovely blue reflector section, very nice. And I really need to upgrade this mat. The D cable there, and then we've got a lovely circuit board. This is just a tester at the moment, so we're not going to be using that. We've got BP screws, very nicely done and labelled, and this part here, which will be your electronics, and that will hold the batteries on like so. And then we've got ourselves a screw and a nut. No, I've said that wrong. A screw and a bolt. No, screw and a nut. Yeah. Then we've got these little parts here, as you can see. Nice little reflector section. So quite a lot to do here. And then we've got a couple of bits and bobs just here, as you can see. So very, very good. Now, also you also need to have, where have I put him? I did bring it in here, so where have I put it? Yeah, there we go. You also need to have this part because this is what we're going to be testing it today. We're going to be lighting this up at the moment, so that's what we're going to be testing it with today, which is really, really good. So I think I'm going to get my enterprise screwdriver, which I believe is this one here, because I do have the GTR one that Eaglemoss did, and I also have a DeLorean one, and I think that is the enterprise because that's blue and that's black. So either way, we're going to get it going. So first things first, electrics, yes, my favourite bit. So first of all, what we need to do is very uncarefully, that didn't make an awful lot of sense, did it? Very uncarefully. I'm going to swap this mat round because that's around the wrong way as well. So yeah, what we're going to do is very uncarefully tangle this, and yeah, very, very carefully, because these wires are flimsy. So let's do that. And what's going to happen is we're going to get ourselves our little nut. Apologies if it looks quite dull on the mat. I am in the process of upgrading the lighting. So hopefully we can have better lighting, because light is one of the problems we have in this house, unfortunately. What's going to happen is that's going to go into that little hole there. So we'll put that into place. And it looks as if we're going to put the back of it on. So very nicely done, because when you put the screw through there, which will hold the end cap bit on, it's going to be having, it will go, you know, when you screw nuts and that, it goes round and round and round and round unless it's held on with something. So that's going to act as like a little cap for it. I'm just going to place that over the top of there like so. Just going to see if that's directional. Yeah, it is. It goes a specific way because there's a little like cut-out section, I think, but I'm not entirely sure why there is a cut-out section, but either way, I think I'll keep it like that. So that's that. We're going to get ourselves our BM. Right. So here they have given us BP. So they're supposed to be BMs, but we'll give it a go. As you can see, this is a cock-up, because what they've done here, as you can see, the actual correct screws are BP, but they're telling you to put BM in that. Ignore that. The screw you want is BP. So, yeah, just ignore that one, because they've made a cock-up at the factory there. So we'll just get the screws out like so, and get to screw this lovely in. Now, I'm not going to be using oil, because obviously we don't need oil for this stage, because we're going into plastic. So, let's just back that up slightly. Woohoo, woohoo, there we go. Yeah, love working with this screwdriver. Apologies if that's jumping around a bit. And we'll get the BP. BP. And next month we'll be doing ET. So yay. We really have to thank the Terminator, because if it weren't for that build, we'd never have Iron Man, we wouldn't have Optimus Prime. By the way, talking of Optimus Prime, there's a little bit of a hold up on it. I have got issues 4, 5, 6 and 7, but I've lost the footage for issue 4 and I can't find it anywhere. So I think the only way we're going to be able to do it is we're going to have to strip it and redo it all over again. And I'm quite annoyed with myself about that. But anyway, moving on. So I'm trying to sort that out as well. So we've got Amazon Basics here. I always buy the rechargeable ones because, as you know, if your cheap, crappy ones you get in the pound shop, they are only like practically half full and they're pointless buying. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the batteries into here, 3 batteries. They're both the same branding, although, you know, they do change the colours every now and then. I'm hoping these work because I have no idea what they're in reference to. So you want 2 plus sides and then obviously a negative on that side. And then this little section here, we have like little tabs. And what's going to happen is they're going to feed into these little feet part down here. And knowing my luck, they the batteries are probably going to be dead. So as you can see, what will happen is there's a little plate that will make contact with that. And that's basically how it's done really. So what you want is for that to go through there. Now, if I remember rightly, there was a bit of a connection issue. Ooh. Try that again. Oh, it don't want to go in, does it? So, yeah, if I remember correctly, there was a bit of a contact loose wiring issue, I think. So let's try that again. It's quite a fiddly manoeuvre, this part here, because you've got the spring against you from the batteries, but once we get that in, we need to hold that shut, because we need to... That's interesting. I thought that was round the wrong way for the minute, but oh, come on, the family. It's because you've got the batteries behind you, because there's a bit of a spring mechanism, so we've got to try and get all this in one piece. There we go, and then we'll hold that into place, and then hopefully by the power of magic, I will keep the batteries in here if they do work. So just going to hold that a bit more, just tighten it up a little bit more. If we need to loosen it, we can do that, it's no problem. Whoops. The reason I did that is it's just pushed this bit off a little bit, so I'll just tighten that up a smidge. That's right, these screws are so easy to overturn, but I think that's, you know, I'm happy with that. So we're going to put that to one side. That's all ready to go up. You don't get an on and off switch with this, because you don't even have it with the switch, so it's just a plug and play thing. So that'll go over there to one side. We're then going to be putting the deflector dishes together, which are these two parts here, and as you can see, one's got like a little ridge part on it, and then the other part, it's got a little prong thing. So what's going to happen is you want the prong this side, and then obviously you want that rigidy part at the back, if you like. So basically something, and you've got two little pins in here. You've got one pin that holds it in place, and then the screw pin. So that's going to be like that. I'm just checking again. Yeah, that's good. So that's go down there, and we'll get ourselves a BP screw. It's lovely to see Fanhome now using their branding on it, because I think for the last, I think what happened is they bought the stock, and then they've just, to save costs, they've just used U.S.S branding, and now it's sort of like moving over slowly to Fanhome. So just screw that into position. Yeah, that's that one. And then what's going to happen is we're going to bring in ourselves the main deflector dish support, and this is where we get this part as well. So as you can see, this has got two holes, very nicely done, because you've got that orange reflector there and a bit of detailing there with the triangle. They're going to feed into these two holes here, and you feel that lovely click noise as well. I've got the Windows issue, and I'm really not looking forward to that. That may be alive, because there's so much to do in it. I don't know if the video is going to have I don't know if the camera will have enough storage for that, so there is a chance we'll do that live, but I'll check the manual after we've finished this little consignment. So yeah, I'm not sure when ET is shipping. It just keeps saying processing at the moment. So yeah, we're just very excited about that, actually. You know, this is the thing with Fanhome. They're such a fantastic company, because they've given us builds that we've never had before. You know, it's just fantastic. So I'll just tighten that up. I do like my screws nice and tight. So yeah, okay, so that looks like that. Very nicely done. We're going to turn that over now, and then we're going to put the deflector dish support, which is this part, as you can see. Very nice contraption, this, because they don't actually get secured in with a circle screw. You've actually got like a little hinge part there, and that's going to grip basically onto there like that, because the head of the screw here, like the chamfered head, that's going to hold that in. So very happy with this. And then we get to power this baby up, see whether it you know, looks very nice. I love doing electrics. It's my favourite thing in all builds. So yeah, my focus is getting the enterprise back on track, because for many builders who subscribe to this, U.S.S went out of business, so obviously we've all had to wait for parts and stuff. So to see this back out again is just lovely. Okay, I'm just going to tighten that up a bit more, tighten that part up a bit more, and there we go. Wow. So that's that section in. I'm just going to turn my page, because now we get to do some electrics. Yes, okay, so we've got 2 wires on here. You need to be very careful because we need to split these. So what's going to happen is, very carefully, we have ourselves a, let's have a look here. So we've got a red and a black, and the red and black, all you do is you just peel it like that, and what will happen is that will go into this side, I reckon, and that's going to be held in with O3F, which is like a bracket support thing for it. So it's going to go over to there like that, go over the top. I think it goes, let's have a look here, yeah, so the ridge side goes upwards, so that's going to go into there. We're going to secure that in to position. Whoops, they've not allocated the next pack yet, so I don't think we get a free gift in the next shipment, but it's lovely to get a free gift. I have actually asked Van Home to opt me out of the binders because I wasn't sure if they were going to be ring binders or, you know, the pin ones, and yeah, just as I suspected, they're the pin ones. So unfortunately, I really don't want to have them. So yeah, I've said to Van Home, could I be opted out, because I don't want to be charged for more binders when I don't use them. So with me, I very much treat the magazines like a newspaper. Once I've built it, I read it, and then I chuck it in the bin, because I don't see the point in keeping magazines everywhere. And they do store up a lot of room, so wow. So I'll just do this part again, 1 and 2. Oh yes, 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 yes. Right, power time. I love this bit. Have we missed something off? Because I've just remembered. Let's just go back a bit, because okay, that's interesting. I wonder where that goes then. Unless we fit that later, because the last bit we got told to fit was this section here. So as you can see on the next page, it doesn't seem like it wants that screwed in yet, because then it goes to testing the electrics. So that's interesting. Whether they forgot to do that, I don't know, but I'm going to, I mean, my gut feeling is that goes over there with 2 BPs, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait and be patient. So, because I'm a very impatient person, but I'm learning, slowly learning to be more patient. So, okay, cool. So this wire here, the one with the D in, it looks as if, let's have a look here. So we've got 2, no we haven't, we've got, yeah, 2 up here, that one there, C, D, E and F. So as you can see, they're actually numbered. So you've got B, D, that one's A, you've got C, D, E and F. So what we're going to do is we're going to put D. You can see it's the D cable, because that goes with the letter D. And I would recommend, it's entirely up to you if you want to cut that off or you don't, but I would recommend keeping it on, because this has a lot of electrics. So let's put that into position. I'll be really happy if it lights up first time. But that's into there. Is it going to work, guys? Now, we've then got to get in the power pack, which is F cable. And that's going to go into... yeah, the F one's just here, yeah. So that's going to go into here. Oh. 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 I'm just so like nervous I'm going to break the wire, so I'm very, very careful with this at the moment. Oh, crumbs. For some reason this is having a bit of a struggle getting in there, so let's try the back part here. Yeah, there we go, I think. Yeah, that's plugged in. And then last but not least, we need to put in the, oh crumbs, there's a hell of a lot of wires here, wow. Okay, so obviously you can see where it gets like spaghetti junction. So C is going to go into C, and the minute I put this in, we should get a bit of light, hopefully. So if not, then I'll have to quickly change the batteries, but there's no light at the moment. There's no light, I repeat, there's no light. B, or is it that one? Ooh, hang on a minute. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, because what one did they say? Oh, C's not plugged in. Sorry about that. As I said, I go through letters and pictures. I don't go through thing. We need to put B in. So, let's put B into there. Or I don't know if there's light. I can't see any yet. And then we need to put A, which is this one. That's going to go in the back of here. So, is there power? Oh no! Well, we have got no power. Oh! I see a light. Haha. Well, we've got some. Oh right, I see. Yep. But there's something wrong here because you can see there's a light bulb here showing. There's a bulb here showing. But I think the battery's a little bit dead because you can see the light is lighting up, but it's not giving it enough power to go through. You can see there it's... I mean, it is working, that's the main thing. But, yeah, I think because it's so... You can see it's roundabout just a bit lighting up. I don't know if you can see that. But there is light in there. But we're supposed to get... Oh, I wonder if that's fell out of there, maybe. Where's that going into? That's supposed to go into there, isn't it? That's fell out. But that's interesting because there's no light coming up here. So I'm just going to do a little... I'm just going to see if I can undo this because that seems to have come out that slot. So let me just... I'm sure that wire goes in there. I remember putting one under. Hopefully I can just put that through and tuck it under. If I'm very, very careful. Yeah, I could probably go like that. Where's that screw gone? We'll get this one. And then hopefully we screw that down. Whoops. And then screw that back down there. And we'll screw that back down there. Somehow that's got dislodged. But what I didn't check was this here. There doesn't seem to be power coming through that. So that's interesting. Oh, actually, no. There is power, look. It's because we're filming in daylight here. So let me try. Yeah, you can see there's a light coming through. Very fadely. Just trying to... Yeah, you can see there's a light there and there's a light there. Now, this light, I don't have a clue where that goes at the moment, but we should have light, as I say, coming through here. But there doesn't appear to be that much of a light. So, well, the main thing is that we've got the electrics done. It could be, as you can see here, I think what it is the batteries need charging. So that's what we're supposed to be getting. At the moment, we are getting power, but very, very little. And I think it's because the batteries are a little bit dead. Now, this, when I remember back in the day, this was a very sort of, it was very, very, there was a problem with the connection, but when Eagamos done it, but I'm happy that, as I said, there is power running through it. It's just, it's not, we need a bit more boost, you know, for that to work. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm happy with that, you know. What I think it is, as I said, is it's the batteries need charging. What I'm going to do is next issue, when we do issue 4, I'll just disconnect these because we've tested the electrics. What I'll do is with issue 4 is I will recharge these up in my rechargeable little device thing. Whoops. And then what I'll do is I will, whoops, I hate pulling these things out because they're so fragile. And sometimes if you pull it too much, it pulls this thing here out the circuit board. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll power them up and then we'll do like a little another test in the next issue. If they're fully charged and we're still getting a lack of light, I will have to speak to Fan Home to see whether the factory knows what's causing that. It could be that, as I said, these are tester boards, so you don't get the main board until a bit further down the line. But as you can see, I'm very happy with that so far. That, I don't know where that came through, that's hovering at the moment, but I think that fell out of there. But yeah, so that's that part. We've done the little battery pack. As I said, I'm going to take them out because I've got a feeling they need recharge. So I will take them back out for here for now. We'll get them all charged back up, and then I reckon there's going to be a lot of bright. Or what I might do is just do a quick cover video once I've charged them. And then obviously we've done the reflector here, which is pretty good. So that's them parts done. I'm just going to put them over onto my bed that's behind me, and then I will put them back in the box. And because obviously these are very fragile, but as I said, with the circuit board, you'll know it's only a test board, so the main board comes a little bit later on. But in the next issue, let's just pop that in there. And what I will do, because I work on so many builds, I will just put a little, let me get a sticker here. I will just put, until I get round to putting them in the thingamajig, I will just put Star Trek Enterprise D. Actually, I've changed that. I'm just going to put Enterprise D. Apologies, my handwriting is awful. A very scruffy handwriting, me. And then what I'll do is I'll just put that there, and then I know that that's for the Enterprise there. So let's just have a quick look at issue 4. I mean, they call it stages, because what happens is normally you would get a magazine like one for each issue, so issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. But to save costs, U.S.S came out with the idea of putting 4 stages in one magazine, which is a hell of a lot better. So stage 4 is the bit that I'm dreading. Purely because, as you can see here, there's all this. We've got to do all that. We've got to put it onto there. And, oh, actually, no, that's not the stage I was thinking of. There is a stage. Stage 5 is that. Stage 6 is the frame, but as you can see, that's what I said about this part here. Where's it gone? So this part obviously is the replacement they were talking about, because that's what confused me. I was like, oh my God. When I opened the box, I was like, oh no, please don't say they've sent me the same copy again. But as you can see, after stage 6, we don't get that part. Now, whilst the ship does have 2 nacelles in it, I think it's something to do with, it's hard to remember that far back, but it was either something to do with that. But if I remember rightly, I'm pretty damn sure it was something to do with that little light. That was supposed to be blue or something. So I think that is what the case is. So if that's the case, I might just do that off camera, because if we're just going to like replace it, there's no point doing all of this again when we've already filmed that section. But yeah, so that's it for the Star Trek Enterprise D. As I said, the next consignment has not been allocated yet. These do come in monthly if you want to get it for yourself. So you can subscribe via Fan Home's website. I'll put the link in the description of the video for you guys. Issue, what one was that? That was stage 3, weren't it? So stage 4 we'll do next Monday, and then stage 5 the Monday after that, and stage 6 the Monday after that. That way, we've got enough to work on until the next pack comes in, because it roughly takes about 14 days. So we need to have enough available for it to, you know, take in, because that's what's going wrong, is that we're building all in one go, like within the week. So we may do one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's where we're going wrong, because then we're left with a massive gap of nothing to film, where we've got no parts because we've rushed it. So doing it each week will allow us to, you know, get the next pack. We should get the next pack by the time we get to the last stage of this, which is stage 6. So yeah, but if you want to get this, as I said, you can get the link. Fan Home are launching the ET in December, but you can subscribe to that now. Thank you so much for watching and spending the afternoon with me watching this. Sorry, that didn't make no sense. Let's try that again. Thank you so much for watching this evening, and watching along building this with me. Perhaps you're building it too, which is really good to see. And this does disconnect. The two halves come apart apparently. So obviously tap the notification bell and you'll be notified as and when a video goes up on the channel. But until then, we all have to wait another week until we do the next stage. But really good to see this come back out again. And as I said, if you want to get your hands on that free binder, do comment on that video and I'll get that out to you free of charge. It will probably go via Every, but obviously if no one claims it, it will have to go in the bin, unfortunately, because I don't like them binders. But I'm just trying to give it a second home if perhaps there's someone out there that does want it. But if not, we will have to sadly dispose of it. But anyway, that's that. Take care, guys. Have a lovely evening and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.